visitors. We've got Varnia over here, Varnia Monty. He's selling his models of yesteryear, if anybody wants to still have a look at those. We've got any other visitors? Anybody else who's members? Right, as Des Frank mentioned recently, the postponement of our meeting last week was the first time he can remember that we postponed one of our meetings, going back as far as the early 80s. So I thought it was quite interesting to look up, and our first NDMC meeting was held on the 25th of March 1980. So that's a period of over 36 years up to March this year. And assuming we've held 6 meetings per year since then, that's 216 meetings to March, or 218 up till today, which is quite a good record. I believe that, though, in this instance, the postponement of our meeting was a good safety precaution and a necessary move. As many of you know, sadly, the recent heavy rains in Durban caused several deaths last Monday. One woman washed away after apparently leaving her car in Glenanil. Authorities believe she's drowned and her body hasn't been found. And another woman was drowned in Silver Gem, Chatsworth, and I believe her body was found sometime later. Sorry? Well, the one in Glenanil at the counter body?
Apparently, yeah.
That must be, well, since I'll start to last look at the news, that's a new development. Okay, well, relief, I suppose, that they have found her, but, yeah. And of course, there was huge infrastructure damage inflicted on many homes, businesses, roads, and other facilities. Right, I think a lot of our members haven't paid their fees, but there's still a couple that are outstanding. So I'll have to send them reminders and see what's going to happen there. Our new meeting times, 5 o'clock to 5:30. I think we've put it sort of pretty set now on that time. The dates for the remainder of our meetings for 2016 are as follows: 26th of September and the 28th of November. Were there any other models, Corgi models put out for 60 years of Corgi? I didn't see them. All right. You've got a few over there. Okay. That's interesting to see. Thanks, Keith.
Yes.
I mentioned
Tony has got.
Tony as well. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Also,
Maybe I didn't get that far.
I had a couple of corgis.
You had a couple of corgis as well. Okay. Right. I've just shown, interestingly, the. I've got the model of Noddy's car here tonight. I've shown it to a few members already. My one, unfortunately, has got a headlight missing and it's a bit bumped and scratched. But I was saying to members that, according to the internet, if you had that model Minton box, it's worth £500. So that's quite a good figure. Yeah. Now, although there's what we used to call a gollywog in the set. Interestingly, I looked that up as well, and I'll just give you a brief history of the gollywog. Apparently, it was invented by Florence Upton in the late 1800s, and she made a children's story, and she involved what she called a gollywog, but hers was with a double G at the end. Whereas when Enid Blyton did her story on the gollywog, she only had one G. But interestingly, it says she's credited at naming the gollywogs by altering the word pollywog, which was the original word. Pollywog was a dialect word meaning wigglehead, which meant tadpole. The word was originally poll, meaning head, and wiggle, becoming waggle, becoming wag, becoming wog over many, many years. So maybe the old story about the wog part being a Western Oriental gentleman is not true. Right. The annual Rod Gurin diorama competition, the theme suggested by Kevin Taylor is the end of the line. I put that in our newsletter as fixed, but it was actually just a suggestion. So I don't know if there are any other suggestions, or are we going to stay with that one?
No, leave it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Should be end of the line, end of an era.
So you guys over here, we can
End of the line, what?
end of the line, end of an era. Change the slide.
End of the line, end of the line. The end of
It's going on
Well, it
YouTube.
could be end of it.
Like all other videos.
Could have put it as an era as well, I guess. End of a line, end of an era.
I'll send you the link tomorrow.
Okay, so we'll leave it as it is. Right. Under general, I've got the next annual Hobbies Fair is to be held on Saturday, 27th of August, same venue and times. I don't know if Richard wants to say anything more. Is it still developing? And going along? So it's all set for Saturday the 27th.
27th is all set.
Hope we haven't got any rugby that day.
I've spoken to them.
Of August.
You told you made them change the schedule.
Yeah.
Alright. Are there any other shows or toy fairs? I know Wheels and Whistles in Maritzburg is normally held annually about August. Is that still on? Maritzburg. You don't know the date or?
Yeah, this Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, this Saturday and Sunday. Oh, okay.
This weekend.
Okay.
Maybe sorry. No, Saturday and Sunday, sure.
All right. So just like to,
Model Railroad Cup.
13th and 14th.
sorry.
Yeah.
13th and 14th.
So I didn't get the date.
13th and 14th.
Oh, so the following weekend, not this weekend. 13th and 14th. All right. Modern technology.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are those who want to attend Wheels and Whistles in Maritzburg. Right, we'd just like to express our thanks as well to Tony, who's donated several packets of biscuits for us at our last meeting, and which we're enjoying tonight. And then I think a nice piece of cake came in as well. That was from Des, was it? Okay, Des, thank you very much. Right, our next meeting is on Monday, the 25th of September. Right, any other business? Do members have any other comments or thoughts?
I would like to thank you very much for having me here this evening. I appreciate that very much.
Okay, thank you for coming. And you to our evening, thank you.
Can I also, on behalf of the organisers of the Model Train Exhibition, thank Richard for his display?
Okay.
I hope you got something.
Yeah, I went, I think, on the Saturday afternoon. It was still I don't know how I went the rest of the weekend. Because the next day was Comrades.
The Sunday was a kind of thing called
Comrades Marathon, okay. You haven't got Richard's contact so you can change the date.
No, unfortunately not.
That order the next time.
We will be doing another one, God willing, in 2 years' time. First thing we'll check on is
When the Comrades and big rugby matches.
Next time.
But Saturday was very busy.
Yeah.
It was very busy.
Yeah, okay.
Sunday wasn't too bad. Sunday wasn't that bad.
Basically, gave us time to enjoy our display.
Right, I don't know if anyone here knows Renish Ramdale, because I haven't heard from him if he wants to continue with his membership.
I'll check it.
Okay, and just let us know if you don't want to be a member. Just let me know, please. That's all I ask. And then Reginald Woodley, I've had no contact with him at all for some time.
Yeah, he's gone off the grid. It's really.
Off the grid.
No, he's like.
Is his email?
And I spoke to someone else that knows him, and he's like, he says he's always forgetful and.
Well, I don't know. I've sent him reminder emails like everybody else. Anyway, that's all I have tonight. I don't know if anybody else has got anything finally to say. Yes, Roy?
All those years ago that we first started, where was it held initially?
So where was it held?
Westville Hall.
No, the first venue was the Brea West Hotel. Sorry, was it the Brea Hotel? Brea Hotel. As you used to come on the old road out of Durban, it used to be on the left-hand side, just before tollgate. I never went to any of those meetings. I think we have one representative.
Wasn't there one on the beachfront, Durban beachfront? No.
It was a Brea Hotel. And I think we had about 3 meetings there. And then one of the members was involved in that Tenpin Body.
Okay, and where was that?
Somewhere on the Brea. And then we moved there for a bit.
I thought it was on the Durban waterfront, the first one. Of course,
Sorry, can we just continue?
it's all on film.
And then we moved to the Westport Civic Centre,
Yeah.
Then to the Westfield Civic.
Chapter Ocean View.
That chapter first, that's quite correct. Chapter first.
And
Then the Westfield Civic Centre. Then the fire station when Keith was there. And then we moved back to the Westfield Civic Centre for a short while and we came here, which I think was a good move. Okay, that's all I have.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay, thanks, Chris.